The restaurant fell quiet the moment. The man in the expensive suit snapped his fingers, the sound sharp and arrogant as a whip crack, and every head turned as he pointed at the young black waitress standing near the far wall, her hands clenched tightly around a tray she had been gripping since his table started making cruel jokes about her accent and uniform. And with a smug half-smile, he said loud enough for the entire room to hear, "You look like you know your way around a piano. Go on. Play something for us." Chuckles rippled through his guests, the kind that didn't come from humor but from power, from the safety of money. And the manager hesitated, fear written all over his face, because this man was the restaurant's biggest investor, and before anyone could defend her, she was told to comply. Her name was Maya, and as she walked toward the grand piano in the corner, humiliation burned through her chest, memories of her late mother's gentle hands, guiding her fingers across worn, ivory keys in their tiny apartment flooded her mind, the piano that once belonged to dreams she buried under hospital bills and eviction notices. And as she sat down, the man expected trembling, wrong notes, maybe even tears. But what came instead was silence so deep it felt like the world leaned in. Then her fingers fell, soft at first, hesitant like a whisper, and then confident, powerful, weaving a melody filled with pain, hope, and fire. Something untrained ears could still feel in their bones. The sound rose and wrapped itself around the room. Conversation stopped mid-sentence. Forks hovered over plates. Even the rich man's smirk began to crack as her playing grew bold and fierce, telling a story without words of struggle and survival, of a girl who practiced on broken keys by candlelight, of a mother who believed beyond reason, of a future that once felt impossible. And when the final note struck, the silence that followed was heavier than any applause, until one person stood, then another, and suddenly the entire restaurant erupted into a standing ovation, so loud it drowned out the rich man's stunned breathing. His face pale, his power stripped away in the wake of something he could never buy. And Maya stood slowly, hands shaking not from fear anymore but from release, tears streaking freely down her cheeks as the crowd chanted for her. And in that moment the man, who had tried to humiliate her, rose stiffly and approached the piano, the room tense with the expectation of revenge or another insult. But his voice came out quieter than anyone expected as he muttered, "I didn't know." And she met his eyes without anger, without triumph, only with the dignity he had tried to take from her. And then someone from the audience, a respected music producer who had been dining quietly in the back, stepped forward and asked her where she trained. And when she answered, "Nowhere," the word echoed like lightning. And by the end of the night,